Hello everybody, my name is Serentix, and welcome to another video. Today, we're going to be talking about potential shiny Pokemon for Sword and Shield, and how existing shiny Pokemon could potentially look better with Sword and Shield's updated graphics. I really hope you enjoy the video, and if you do, let me know in the comments below, but for now, let's go ahead and jump into things. Since Generation 2, shiny Pokemon have been a series mainstay and are one of the main reasons I've enjoyed playing Pokemon for so long. For those of you who don't know, for years the chances of finding a shiny Pokemon were 1 in 8,192, with very limited ways to increase your odds. As the series went on, new methods and items were introduced such as the Masuda method and Shiny Charm, which significantly increased your chances of finding a shiny. When Generation 6 was released, the base odds were lowered to 1 in 4,096, with, of course, new methods to increase those odds even further. These will most likely be the odds we see in Sword and Shield, but they could change them up if they wanted to. We'll just have to wait and see, but for now, let's go ahead and move on. So far, there have been 15 new Pokemon officially confirmed for the Galar region. These include GRU Key, Scorbunny, and Sabo, Gossifleur, Eldegoss, and Dreadnought, Lulu, Alchemy, and Corviknight, Yamper and Epidemic, Rowley Kali and Durrell Udon, and of course the legendaries Zacian and Zamazenta. We have yet to see any shiny Pokemon appear in Sword and Shield, but it's safe to say they'll definitely be making a return, and I thought it'd be fun to make my own speculations as to what we can expect from Sword and Shield's shiny Pokemon. Now, some of these shinies I made aren't the most extravagant shinies in the world. I just made little tweaks that I thought looked nice and everything like that, so let's go ahead and jump into these. Alright, first up we have Scorbunny here, and as you can see, this change is a pretty subtle change, but I think it makes a pretty substantial difference. I really like the red color here instead of the orange, and the slight hue change to the bandages and the ears and whatnot. But I think this one looks nice. You can also see what it would look like in-game as well. Moving on over here to GRU Key. Again, this is one that doesn't have a huge change to it, just has a little bit of a hue shift and everything like that, but I don't think it looks bad. I originally was planning on adding some nice autumny colors to this shiny. However, there are already a few grass-type starter Pokemon that have those autumn-type colors within their shinies, so I wanted to go ahead and try something a little bit different, and I think I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. Of course, you can see how it looked like in-game as well. And moving on to the final starter of the Galar region, we have Sabo here. Now, most of the water-type starter Pokemon tend to not have super extravagant shinies, and they don't really change too much. So I wanted to make one that you could definitely, upon first glance, tell a difference between the shiny and the non-shiny. And so I think I successfully did that here with Sabo. It has a nice little purplish kind of tone to it, a little bit of green up on the top. And I think it looks nice. Again, I keep saying that, but I just think it looks nice. I don't really have anything else to say about this shiny other than that I think it looks nice, and I would definitely hunt for this shiny if it was in the game. But now that we're done with the starters, let's go ahead and move on to Gossifleur. The original idea I had for this shiny was to simply do kind of a color swap with different parts of its body, but I decided to do a little bit more, change up the flower on top and make it a nice orange color and implement a color that wasn't already part of the base color palette of the Pokemon. And then of course I thought the nice green body would complement the yellow and the orange very nicely, and I think it turned out pretty well. You can of course see what it would look like in game below here, and I think it's pretty solid in my opinion, but of course I might be a little bit biased because, well, I did make these. But that's beside the point. Let's go ahead and move on over here to Eldegoss. This one is one of my favorites now. I couldn't quite get this one to look as good in game as it does in the official art here, but I do think this looks very nice. I love the red mixed with the blue, the slight gray in the white up at the top and in the face and everything like that. Again, I did make these, so I might be a little bit biased, but again, I think it looks great. But I don't really have too much else to say about this one, so let's just go ahead and move on. Dreadnought is one of my favorite Pokemon that have been announced for Sword and Shield so far. I really like its design and everything like that, and its name is great, in my opinion. And as you can see here, we do have a little bit of a green shiny going on here, but I don't think it looks too bad. I love the gray shell, and in the back there, you can see it gets very black on top. And the underbelly, you know, loses a little bit of saturation along the way as well, so it's not too bad. And I think the colors complement each other well. I like the green with the gray and the black, with the slightly desaturated, you know, kind of tannish color. And I think it looks pretty solid. I think this Pokemon has a fantastic potential to be an absolute beast and have a great evolution, but we'll have to wait and see. But for now, let's go ahead and move on over here to Alchemy. Now, this was one of those shinies that I really just played around with some hue and saturation sliders and stuff like that, and came up with something nice. I like the idea of, instead of them being, you know, strawberries or whatever, being raspberries or whatever other kind of purple berries there are out in the world. I have no idea, but I think it looks solid. You know, the purple, you know, bleeds through the entire body, just like the nice red and pink do on the base form. And I don't think it looks too bad. Now, the in-game image here doesn't look too great, but hey, I worked with what I was given here, and I think I came up with a decent shiny that has some potential. Next up, we have everybody's favorite Lulu. Now, this one was a pretty obvious shiny choice here, at least in my opinion, and that is to just make the white black and then kind of desaturate the browns a little bit, maybe make them a little bit gray and stuff like that. Darken up the braids as well. And that's pretty much all I have to say about the shiny. It wasn't a very difficult shiny to make here, and I think this is really what everybody kind of wants and is expecting. But I thought I would still kind of include it here, and really this is kind of the best shiny that I could really think of for this Pokemon. And next up, we have Corviknight. Now, this one was a little bit difficult for me to make the in-game image here, but I worked with what I had, and I think I came up with something that looked pretty decent. I like the idea of this Pokemon, instead of becoming like a nice silverish color or anything like that, or white, for instance, becoming a nice solid goldish color. I think that could look really nice. Now, the in-game image here, again, like I said, isn't the best. I don't think it really does this shiny justice, but hey, like I said, I did my best here, and I kind of ran through some of these quickly, and this is what I came up with. All right, moving on to Rowley Kali. As you can see, we have a nice blue type of shiny here with a little bit of blue hue to the main body, and then of course the blue eye is the main change here. I originally was kind of thinking maybe like a purplish kind of deal here with the shiny, but then I thought of Roggenrola, which is like a purplish shiny, so I decided to go ahead and change it up and try something new, and this is what I came up with, and I'm happy with it. I think it looks nice. Next up, we have Durrell Udon. Now, I believe this shiny looks very nice. It is a little bit of a subtle change from the base form, but I love the blue kind of shine that it has to it, and the dark, rich blue colors. And I don't know, I'm a sucker for blue, if you couldn't tell. I really am. I really am. But I think this Pokemon has great potential to be shiny. This is what I would like to see in this Pokemon shiny, but hey, they could do something completely different and off the wall and completely change this shiny up if they wanted to. Who knows? We're gonna have to wait and see. But for now, let's go ahead and move on to Epidemic. Now, I couldn't get any official, you know, art for Epidemic, so I had to go ahead and edit the in-game image here from the Treehouse presentation or something like that. I'm not exactly sure what it's from. But you can see here we have a nice purple color with some magentas and some blues. I don't know. This one looks a little strange to me, but I still think it looks nice. I mean, another thing that I would totally be down for is if the purple was maybe blue. Maybe if the blue and the purple were kind of reversed or swapped out, I think would look really nice as well. But I don't know. I could really see this Pokemon being purple in its shiny form for some reason. I don't know. It just immediately popped into my head as soon as I saw it. So this is what I came up with. This is what I went with. And yeah. Yamper is up next. And we have a pretty substantial change here. The yellows and everything like that kind of turn this nice reddish color. And then, of course, the fur on its body turns gray. And I was trying to think of another highlight color that could go with this, and I ultimately settled on blue for the inner lining of the ears there. And, of course, the blue in the eyes there, which I think make the shiny Pokemon look really nice. But I'm actually a huge fan of this one. I was really happy with the way this one turned out, and I'd be very happy if we got something similar to this in the actual game. That does it for all of the normal Pokemon that have been announced in Pokemon Sword and Shield, but we have two more to go over, and those are Zacian and Zamazenta, the legendaries, and I think these look pretty solid. I love the turquoise here with the pink on Zacian. It almost kind of reminds me of Suicune in a way. I don't know, I'm just getting some Suicune vibes from looking at the Zacian right now. And then, of course, we have Zamazenta over here with another subtle change, but I still think it looks really nice. The darker blue mixed in with the softer reds and stuff like that. I don't know. I really like the way these look. I think these have excellent potential to be great shinies, Zacian and Zamazenta. And I can't wait to see what Game Freak comes up with. I really can't. And that does it for all of the Pokemon that have been officially revealed for Pokemon Sword and Shield and what we think their shinies might look like. But what about returning Pokemon from the previous generations? How will their shinies look like in this new graphic style? Luckily, I have taken the time to go ahead and edit some of the screenshots that I took from the different reveals and stuff of already existing Pokemon that are also going to be available in Sword and Shield. And you can see those here. We have Lucario, Machoke, and Bunnelby. Now, some of these don't look too great. I'm a huge fan of the Machoke one here. I think this one probably looks the best out of these three. But yeah, hopefully these can give you an idea of what we can expect from the previous generation shinies in Generation 8. And there we have it, guys. Those are my speculations on what we can expect from the shiny Pokemon in Sword and Shield. I'm very excited to see what Game Freak actually does come up with, and to see how close I was to getting some of these speculations and guesses right here. But we'll have to wait and see, and I am very, very excited. I hope you guys are as well. But I think that is going to do it for me today. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like. If you guys really enjoyed it, then be sure to subscribe if you want more content like this. Of course, you can also head over and check me out on Twitter and Twitch for updates and live streams and stuff like that. I do a lot of live shiny hunting, so if you're into that, you can go ahead and tune into my Twitch channel and witness some shiny hunting shenanigans live if you're so inclined. But if not, that's cool too. Hope you guys enjoyed, and let me hear your guys' opinions on these shiny Pokemon down in the comments below. And if you guys have any of your own speculations, I would love to hear it. But I've been rambling on at the end here for long enough. I have been Cerintix. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, hope you have a great rest of your day. See you guys later.